hi Lachlan, I'm Kathy
Hi,
from
Kathy.
the City of Yarra, the Urban Agriculture Facilitator in the City of Yarra, and this is your box, is that right?
Yeah, mine and my partner's box.
Yeah, fantastic. What are you growing?
So these are eggplants that just went in a couple of days ago.
They look fantastic.
They were picked up from Dalesford.
Okay.
Big bunch of parsley that's being eaten by white flies.
Yeah, it is a problem this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're two massive tomato plants. There's only two plants.
Two?
In there. Yeah.
Is that two? It is two.
So only two
Wow,
stems, one
look at
there
that.
and one in there.
Yeah.
We've got little
Fabulous.
red cherries and little yellow cherries.
Fantastic. Is this something that you grew on from seed or?
They were originally really small little seedlings that we picked up
Okay.
from another farmer's market.
Okay.
And
From
then
the farmers,
yeah.
from a local farmer's market.
Yeah, from Abbotsford Convent one.
Okay,
And
fantastic.
then that guy over there is tomatoes from seeds.
Okay. Right. So do you save your seeds and
No, I
grow
never
them on?
have. I probably
No.
should. But
Yeah. It's I must admit I don't either because time is always an issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it'd be a great thing to do.
would
It's
be.
something maybe we should talk to 3,000 Acres about
making a seed bank.
making a seed bank. Yeah, that'd be a fabulous thing to do. Because it looks like there's some amazing stuff here.
Yeah.
So have you been with the garden since it started out?
Yes, we had the same two boxes in
Smith Street,
the other
Little
side,
Smith Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was great actually. It was a really good site as well. Yeah,
This site's been going well?
this site's been going really well. White
Yep.
flies are the only downside of this site. It
Yeah.
moves in when we moved here, but aside from that, it's great. It's nice
And
to have
I'm
a
not
little
sure.
shade as well.
Not sure you can avoid whiteflies this year, to be
everyone
honest.
seems
Right?
To, everyone
Yeah.
seems to get them
Yes.
everywhere. So yeah.
Well, we're trying to find you a new location, working with 3,000 Acres to find you another site, because I know the tenure here is not too long, is it?
Yeah, I don't know where he's up to with the development, but it'd be nice to find one where he didn't have to move. I helped move this,
Yeah.
and it was
It would have been an interesting day. I wasn't actually here that day, so
it was
actually tell us about it.
1-ton tubs coming down the pathway through there on little trolleys, and
Fantastic.
it was entertaining.
Didn't someone provide you some heavy moving equipment as well?
I don't remember which company it was. Class Canna, but it was a local hire out.
Yeah.
Company, just one of the guys who worked there said it sounded like a great project, and he'd come and drive the truck and
Fabulous.
use the big, what would you call it, crane for us.
Yeah.
Gave us a whole day of his time as well as all the stuff for free to move it.
Yeah.
It was whatever company it was, which I shouldn't have plugged to. It was
Fabulous.
amazing.
Yeah. That's great.
Well, 3,000 Acres was developed as a response to seeing vacant land around the place going unused, and also to try and bridge the gap of people who want to have access to healthy food, fresh food, and want to grow it themselves and live in the city and don't have space for it. So we saw an opportunity in helping people access that land, which can be difficult, finding the landowner, getting in touch, coming to an agreement, making a lease, all of that kind of thing. But then also to be able to guarantee that they can be transported and they can be temporary gardens. So this garden has been transported, and that is a great bonus, because often land is only vacant for a short time. So people can come, use the land while it's there, make sure it's not wasted, grow some produce, and then the garden can move on somewhere else when the land gets developed or is needed for whatever its next purpose is. So the wicking beds are built out of food containers. They're called intermediate bulk containers, and they're used to transport sugar syrup or soy sauce or anything, oil often. And you can buy them second-hand really cheaply. We cut them in half, and that makes 2 wicking beds. Where the bottom half is the water reservoir, which is filled with gravel and covered in geotextile with soil on top. So water stored underneath, and it wicks up through the geotextile into the garden bed, where the plants can use it. And they're much tougher than, they don't need watering as often, and they're really resilient to hot weather, and it's quite a water effective way to garden.
Do you know many of the people that share the space?
Yeah, quite a few.
So
Yeah.
you
We run into them occasionally. We sort of Wednesday afternoons. There's a bit of a group that gets together, and a
Fabulous.
horticulturalist that would come in and say, you should probably put nitrogen on that, or
Okay. Yep.
and have a look around and give us advice, which is really nice.
That's great. Yeah. Okay. So, and these aren't people you knew before? No. So it's helped to actually build a community around here, where
definitely.
you know, people live in very small houses, generally speaking, and you know, there's not a lot of interactivity other than meeting up in cafes, I suppose. So
it's definitely
yeah,
I think, and it's quite a diverse selection of people, from some really cool young guys who run the ASOP box over there, and through to, you know, 60, 70-year-old, sort of semi-retired people have boxes here. Which are not the sort of people you normally end up chatting to in Smith Street or Getford Street. So.
yeah,
That's cool.
fantastic. And they mostly all live in this neighbourhood, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you share your produce?
There have been produce swaps on a couple of times, with all sorts of strange other things appearing, jars of kombucha and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, they've been good. It's been quite useful.
That's good.
That's right, I think I was meeting you last time. Did you give me some big pack thing? Is it? Yeah. Something in my bag or something.
My name's Lyndall, and I've been coming about 4 years, and I heard about it. I can't even remember how exactly, but the idea appealed to me of community connection, people growing things. I've always been a keen gardener and particularly like growing food plants, and particularly interesting and unusual plants. And so I came along and found it very sociable, interesting. People were all very affirmative and supportive, and most interested in growing things like me, or making things and bringing them along. And over time I've encountered some very interesting plants that I've been able to propagate, use and return, bring them along again for other people to grow and use and so forth. I'm a jam maker, so I always bring along a few seasonal offerings like apricot jam and chutney, marmalades of various kinds when the citrus fruits are in full production. And yeah, I've just appreciated, I guess, knowing some of the people over time particularly, but also being very pleased when younger people or different people show interest and drop in and connect, get ideas and inspiration. And it's always very nice to be able to tell people it's not a sort of quid pro quo, give and take thing, measure what you take and give. I mean, we weigh in what we've got just to have an idea of the variety and type over time, but the idea is that you just bring things that you have, and that you take what's in what you like and so forth. So it's not a barter, a strict barter system. It's a generously based philosophy. I like that.
Well, today I brought along some zucchini and some jam and some bay leaves and some cucumber, and I'm taking home worm juice so I can grow some more things, some rhubarb, some other people's jam, some olives, so it's a pretty good swap. So each month it's sort of something different, you never know what's going to turn up. It's really good.
Are they spring onions or ground?
No, perennial onions.
Perennial.
You probably just put them in like that.
What sort of flowers do they have?
They don't.
Because I've got,
No, they grow little onions on the top of
Oh, that means they're the Egyptian onions.
Oh, they're Egyptian,
yes.
are they? They're really
onions.
wonderful.
Yes, I've got some of those. They're good. They are very good.
Because I just use them like chives.
Yes, well that's right, you can.
yeah, I'll take these, I'll take the dog and I'll hunt out those bottles.